Hey guys, Reversal here, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go, and this is going to be a follow-up video of an update video that I made earlier. If you haven't seen it yet, Mass Transfer is going to be introduced inside of Pokemon Go. The game is being updated for some of you guys out there. It may not be in the App Store yet. Make sure you keep an eye on it. If you haven't seen that video yet, it will be linked in the description down below. Now, if you guys like news on this channel, if you want to support me in any way, shape, or form, make sure you smack that like button for more Pokemon Go news. So with that being said, we're going to be talking about more stuff that has been found in the code of Pokemon Go. Now, what does this mean? Every single update within Pokemon Go, there's data being infused inside of the game, making it that there's more stuff that Niantic could do with the game. Of course, they're working behind the scenes on future stuff as well, and adding these data inside of the game will make work easier for Niantic. At least that's what I think. Otherwise, they wouldn't be adding this inside of the game. And because people are smart, especially on Reddit, they are able to data mine information about what exactly the data is that they're adding inside of the game. We can determine what some of the future features might be. So that's how we found out that shinies were going to be added inside of the game. That's how we found out that a whole bunch of generation number 2 Pokemon got added inside of the game, but not released quite yet. And this is once again another one of these in which I think this might be the biggest infusion of data inside of Pokemon Go in its history ever since it actually got launched globally. So with that being said, let's actually go ahead and jump straight into all of the changes that we found. Everything will be linked in the video description down below, but of course I'm going to be naming everything in my own words. That way, there's a little bit more information, but I'm just going to be pointing out the most interesting parts for you guys. Number 1, Pokemon genders. Male, female Pokemon get together, make an egg. That's that's how Pokemon works after generation number 2. There's going to be male Pokemon, there's going to be female Pokemon. This is pretty interesting. This is hinting towards breeding that might be added to the future, so that's very interesting. Shiny Pokemon variants. There's more line of code being added to the shiny Pokemon to Pokemon Go. This time it's abundantly clear that shinies are an intended mechanic inside of the game. Shiny hunters galore. It's going to be a thing now, shiny Pokemon. The one thing that I want to see for shiny Pokemon is that the shiny is individual for every single person. So right now, what you're seeing inside of the game, if you're the exact same level as a friend of yours, and you're finding the exact same Pokemon, let's say a Ditto, they're going to have the same CP, the same IVs, the same everything. I want for shinies that to be different. I want that for shinies, even if everybody finds the exact same Dragonite, there might just be one person. If that's going to be the case, that would be amazing. That'd be making a lot of people happy, I can assure you guys that much. And also I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. What is your favorite shiny and why is that your favorite shiny? And should I be going for that? Generation 1 and Generation 2 only. Next up, avatar customization. There is going to be an expansion on the avatar customization. More hairstyles, more shirts, pants, hats, shoes, eyes, and backpacks. That's cool. These are all going to be free. But then, in the line of code, they also found in-app purchases for these. So there's going to be more avatars that you can actually buy in the store. They're not going to hold any additional value, but they look kind of cool. And it's actually smart that Niantic is doing this. I know for a fact some of you guys might be like, well, what is the point of that? The point is that some people like to give their, character some personality. So that's why, actually, this is a really smart move. I imagine that a lot of money is going to be spent on avatars. If they were to be released a lot of avatars inside of the game, people are going to be interested in buying those. So it's actually kind of a gold mine, especially in MMOs. If you ever played an MMO, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because people love to customize the avatar. Maple story. Anyway, moving on. Next one is a buddy position. Buddy positions are as follows. Whenever you load up your buddy next to your avatar, it's gonna have a certain position. Now, Caterpie and stuff is gonna be on your shoulder. Some Pokemon like Pidgeot is gonna be flying up in the air. Onix and stuff is gonna be on the ground. And Pikachu, after 10 kilometers, it goes from on the ground on your shoulder. Apparently, there's going to be a buddy position as well for a baby Pokemon. So that comes back to the first point, Pokemon genders. Whenever they come together, an egg will be hatching and you find a baby Pokemon. I'm not sure, but I think that is going to be how it's going to be working. Then there's more sponsored stuff, which is there's going to be more Pokemon Go sponsored Pokestops out there. And then there's a tweak for sightings. In order to make it load a little bit faster, like the images on the Pokestops, they want to make it load a little bit faster. I guess that's kind of cool. And then lastly, Pokemon costumes. A whole bunch of code has been introduced to enable Pokemon to have costumes. Not only that, but it's appeared to be not only that, but it appears to have been built in a way to enable different types of costumes. The first type we are seeing is holiday. So you might be able to put on a Christmas hat on your Gyarados if you want to. That'd be kinda cool. If that's going to be the case, I want you guys to send me as many screenshots of your funny ones, and then we're going to be collecting the ones out there, which are the funniest costumes out there, and I'll make a compilation video for you guys out there. Anyway, it's pretty interesting. So that is all inside of the code right now. The brand new features. It's actually pretty much what you think about it. Once again, I think this is the biggest data infusion we've seen so far. Pokemon genders, shiny Pokemon, avatar customization, paid avatar customization, a new body position, sponsored stuff, tweak to sightings, and then Pokemon costumes. 8 changes inside of the data. That is actually quite massive. That means that in the upcoming months we are going to be seeing these features rolling out, and that's going to be pretty interesting. I'm excited for this. Pokemon Go is definitely not that. That's one thing we can assume for sure with this. So many things are happening right now, and I'm pretty hyped up about this. Thoughts, opinions, leave them in the comment section down below. That being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, this has been Reverse for Pokemon Go. I'm going to be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.